Fable Heroes is an odd game. Born from an exercise at Lionhead Studios called Creative Day, where developers are put into small groups and made to brainstorm new ideas, you would expect this lightweight hack and slasher, which is set in a puppet theatre version of Albion, to be full of novel ideas and Molyneux-esque creative flourishes. But instead it just seems lazy and dull. Taking control of one of 4 Fable-themed puppets, with others unlockable as you progress, you must slash and shoot your way through 8 short levels, collecting coins as you go. Although you can play solo, Fable Heroes is a 4-player game at its heart, and can be played locally or online. Each of the puppets you play as has different weapon styles, so working together to battle hobs, beetles and other nasties is the order of the day here. Well, that's what the developers had in mind, I guess, but the on-screen action gets confusing with so much stuff going on all at once, and the combat is so slow and clunky that the whole experience dissolves into an untidy pile-on as you hammer away at your attacks, not really knowing for sure if they're landing properly or not. Each defeated enemy drops gold coins, and as you are judged at the end of each level on how much gold you collect, the greediest players will be able to level up faster than their teammates. If you get killed in Fable Heroes, you come back alive as a ghost who still has the ability to fight and kill enemies. That pretty much destroys any tension in the game then, right? Well, yes, kind of, but there is a small incentive to stay alive. While ghosties can deal damage, they are incapable of picking up gold, so until you pick up a heart and become solid again, your air-breathing buddies will be stealing all the cash from your hard-earned kills. And that blows ghosts. I mean goats. Blows goats. Fable Heroes isn't just a dumb button basher though, there is also a very basic RPG element in the form of a board game which appears in between levels. Here you take it in turns to roll dice and navigate around the board, levelling up your character depending on what squares you land on. Each square has a certain property and a certain number of unlocks assigned to it, and these unlocks are bought with the gold you have harvested as you make your way through the game. This gold can also at some point be transferred to Fable the Journey, but not right now because the game's not out yet, so this location on the game's map board is pretty much just a useless tease. Thanks for that, Lionhead. During your treks through each level, you will come across many treasure chests which contain random power-ups. Except for the score multipliers though, these power-ups are completely useless. It's almost like someone said, "Shit, this game's boring, better chuck in some power-ups quick," and then they forgot to check whether or not the power-ups were boring. Near the end of each level you are presented with a crossroads. Depending on which route you take, you will either have to play a mini-game or fight a boss. The end of level boss fights are uninspired, and each one is pretty much just the same fight recycled over and over with a slightly different graphical twist added to reflect the change of locations. While the mini-games are just as unexciting as the main game, especially the boat race where you just press 2 buttons as quick as possible a la Daley Thompson Super Test to make your boat reach the shore before your teammates' boats do. It'll only take you a few hours to cruise through the game, and once you get to the end credits, which are nicely laid out in a playable level, you will have seen pretty much all there is to see in Fable Heroes. By completing the game you do unlock Dark Albion, but all this is exactly the same game and the same levels, but they're just a bit more challenging and have a nighttime paint job. At this point I could have played the whole game through again to earn more gold and level up my characters even more, but I'm sad to say I didn't, because I was bored. So maybe the game does get better later on, but I have a feeling it's just a dire coin grind from beginning to end. A little interactive advert to make me want to buy Fable the Journey when it comes out so I can put my time spent on this game to good use. But that's just not enough incentive to waste precious moments of my life on, I'm afraid. I don't think I could recommend this game to anyone other than total hardcore Fable fans who need all things Fable in their lives. Even then though, it does nothing to enhance the legends of Albion or give us more backstory to the world, and apart from being a way to earn virtual monies for a game that isn't even out yet, I can't really see much point in playing this one over the hundreds of other XBLA games available at the moment. So, in closing, this game is less Molyneux and more Molly. No! Buy something else.